Hey, what's up guys, Thomas here. Today in today's video is going to be about that. Will Play in 2025 be like the Divide in 2017? And yeah, let's get straight in with the video. Let's go. So will the Play era next year in 2025 be just like the Divide era in 2017? So imagine, I don't know, the first week of the new year. Maybe on New Year's Day itself, Ed teases the first single of Play. That would be insane, guys. And then sometime in either January, Ed releases the first single of Play, maybe potentially, or maybe, I'd say January to March of 2025, Ed could potentially release the first single of Play, you know, which I just cannot wait for, guys. 2025 is going to be such an amazing year, I think. Yes. 2025 is going to be such an amazing year for Play, the singles of Play, and also GTA 6 as well. GTA 6 is still scheduled to release in 2025 as well. But yeah, but of course we're on about Play, you know. I do think it's going to be such a bop album, you know. It's going to be such a good vibe album, just upbeat album. It's going to be an upbeat album, you know, pressing Play. And then all the songs, I think, are just going to be like bop after bop after bop. So many fun songs as well on Play. And, you know, which I just cannot wait for. That, of course, in the Divide era, Ed released Shape of You and Castle on the Hill on the same day, on the 6th of January 2017, which is just phenomenal. And maybe Ed could repeat the same thing he did for Divide. But I do personally think that Play could be on the heights of Divide, you know. Even though that all the songs might not be on, all 16 songs might not be in the top 10 because Ed did that and the charts changed the rules of like the three most streamed songs now of an album, you know. But I don't think Billboard's changed the rules, so maybe Billboard, all the songs on the Billboard top 10. That would be crazy for Play. That would actually be insane for Play and Ed. Getting all the Billboard top 100, top 10 singles for Play, that would be insane to think about. Of course, Divide came out on the 3rd of March 2017. Play could come then, but maybe Play could come in the summertime between June and August 2025. That's what I personally think that Play could release. But I think we need like an era of a massive era for the single, like Bad Habits. Like Bad Habits, that I think that was such a impactful single era. And I think Ed needs another one of them, just fully focused on the first single of Play. Press play on the first single, you know, which I just cannot wait for. And then another single era, like with Bad Habits and then Shivers, you know, which could just make the perfect album cycle. Like, for example, Sabrina Carpenter, for example, she released Espresso, and then Please Please Please, and then her album, and then Taste, you know. Well, Taste will releasing with her album Short and Sweet, but I do think Ed could go down that route, like two singles era, and then the album, well, and then a single releasing with the album, you know, which I just cannot wait for. Of course, Overpass Graffiti released with Equals, and that became a single as well, which is just amazing. And then with Divide, Go Away Go was still a big single like in the UK and Ireland, but not really the rest of the world, I think. But I think Perfect really made Divide like the biggest era of Ed's career so far. Shape of You, Castle on the Hill, and Perfect. Shape of You, Castle on the Perfect, yeah. Which really made Divide such the biggest album of Ed's career, you know. Of course, especially Shape of You and Perfect, you know. Of course, Castle on the Hill is still a big single, but not as monumental as Shape of You, you know. And of course, Perfect's just the biggest love song of Ed's career, you know, which is just insane to think about. Which Ed could potentially release, you know, like Ed could do like a massive disco song as the first single. I don't know, guys. yeah, everything's theory and speculation, guys. Everything's theory and speculation. The first single and second single, another bop single. And then Ed releases Play. Maybe Ed releases another single when Play releases, and then... Or maybe a love song when Ed releases Play. Like a love song dance floor filler. You know, that would be insane, you know. Yeah, I'd say like the first two singles are going to be bops, and then maybe Ed will release the album, will play with a love song with Play. That would be insane to think about, which I just cannot wait for this album Play to release. And then of course Ed will release a couple more singles for Play, like after the love song, I think, which will release with Play. And yeah, nothing's confirmed of course, but I don't know what Play is going to sound like. No one knows what Play is going to sound like, but yeah, I just cannot wait for this album. Ed could potentially play Glastonbury next year. That would be insane. Reported by The Song saying, back to the farm, huge Brit pop star in talks to headline Glastonbury for the first time in 8 years. He last headlined Glastonbury in 2017, but now I hear Ed Sheeran could be ready to grace the iconic Pyramid stage with his presence once again. You know, and of course Ed played Glastonbury the last time in 2017 when Divide came out. Well, 3 months after Divide came out, he headlined Glastonbury for the first time, which was just so iconic, and I love that set so much from Ed's Glastonbury 2017 performance. And with Ed potentially pressing play on the Pyramid stage once again, maybe in 2025, that would be insane. And yeah, I'd love that so much, of Ed pressing play on the Glastonbury stage once again, you know, which, yeah, you know. Also on Teddy's Van on Breakfast yesterday, someone asked, hey Edward, any chance of some UK show dates before the mathematics ends? Ed replied, maybe one weekend. You know, of course, Glastonbury is always on a weekend, guys, but I think next year's going to be like a five-day Glastonbury event, because I don't think they're going to do any Glastonbury shows in 2026. Like Glastonbury 2025 dates. I should really put dates. Yeah, I just cannot wait. And I think if Ed plays Glastonbury in 2025, I think Ed will literally perform his greatest hits of his entire career. You know, of course, ever since Divide has got number 6 collaborations, project single, I Don't Care, Beautiful People, Take Me Back to London, and then moving on to Equals of Bad Habits, Shivers and Overpass Graffiti, and then some tracks with Eyes Closed, and then I'd say maybe American Town, but American Town was the single of Autumn Variations, but to be honest, there wasn't no singles of Autumn Variations, but I'd say the only single that people might know is American Town. And of course, I say maybe the first, or maybe the potential second single of Play, Ed might play at Glastonbury, you know. Yeah, you know, I just cannot wait for this. I do think it's going to be so iconic, this Glastonbury set, you know. Of course, Ed's not going to really play. Ed hasn't got any dates of the UK next year. And yeah, it'd be so iconic, you know. It could potentially be the last mathematics era show in the UK. Yes. Maybe the last mathematics era show in the UK at Glastonbury. And that would be so iconic, because, you know, of course, Ed was doing festivals this past summer. And, you know, of course, it would be amazing with the band, and then, of course, with the mathematics screens and that. Of course, Ed won't be having the guitar pick stage. It'll be full centre at the fully end at Glastonbury, you know, on the Pyramid stage. And yeah, I just cannot wait for Ed to press play on the Glastonbury stage. And the festival will take place from the 25th to the 29th of June 2025. Yeah, you know, so it's going to be like a 5-day event. And yeah, that's what I think. Ed could potentially play Glastonbury in 2025 to promote play, you know. And of course, the last time when Ed played Glastonbury was 2017, when Ed just brought out Divide, and it's so exciting, you know. This next year is going to be so exciting. I do think we are under a year to go until Ed's next main studio album, Play. And yeah, you know, press play on the next 5 singles, you know. Yeah, which I just cannot wait for. I'm so excited for this next album the next album rollout to come, and I just cannot wait. And so exciting, potentially, yeah. And also Ed came on stage with One OK Rock last night at Wembley Arena, sing Wherever You Are, you know. I'll link that in the description of this video. And yes guys, if you guys enjoy this video of me talking about play, that play could be the next Divide, maybe potentially. And also, I forgot to talk about the play tour, the potential play tour. I do think it could kind of evolve from Mathematics into its own play tour, but will it be still the centre stage that the Mathematics tour has gone through? Maybe, who knows? Or it could be back to full, like the normal stage layout. But I don't know, guys. But I could potentially see the Mathematics tour evolve to the play tour, or it could be something different, or be such a spectacular show. The Mathematics tour is already a spectacular show. And, you know, Ed said this about the next, when Ed could play and met North America and Australia potentially next. I'll play you guys that now from the Spotify listening party.
I don't know. I haven't actually seen dates, so I don't know if it's specifically Vancouver, but the next North American tour is 2026. That's when it's scheduled for. But like all things, everything's always up in the air unless it's like on sale. It could change, so it might end up being 2027. But at the moment, it's scheduled for 2026.
I'm actually from Australia, Melbourne, and I missed your concert when you were here, and I was so bummed out because I didn't have enough money.
Oh yeah, well we'll be back. I think we're coming back to Australia in 2026 is the plan, and
oh, that's amazing.
Which should be fun.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I do think Ed could maybe play North America first, and then Australia, and then the rest of the world. Maybe end it in the UK. That would be amazing. If Ed ends the play tour in the UK near the end of this decade, who knows, guys? Who knows? And also, it's great. Ed just loves being on stage so much, and that's what I love about him, you know. He just loves performing and recording and writing so much. He just loves what he does so much, and there's not many people who are like that anymore. Like, you know, Ed just genuinely loves what he does, and that's what we love about Ed, you know. And yeah, guys, and if you guys enjoyed this video of me talking about will the play era be like the Divide era? Well, will the play era in 2025 be like the Divide era in 2017? And yeah, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in another video. Peace.